Welcome everyone to episode 50 of the Knockout. This is a very, very big milestone for me. I've been through 3 seasons of this show. It's evolved every single time. I just had so much fun, just this debate. It started inspired by Comicgories. It's just evolved into so much. And I just want to thank everybody who's watched over the last 3 seasons, the last 50 episodes, who's been a part of the Knockout podcast, which is on, Apple Podcasts and other platforms. I just want to thank you, everyone who's been a part of this and helped make this grow. I mean, I still got a long way to go before I reach Comicgory level, but I'll get there. I'm just having so much fun. So, let's begin the introduction, shall we? Roll into the introduction now. You will find out who the characters are for the show. You just won't know just until I bring them. You won't know until I bring them into the show who is arguing who. So please enjoy the introduction as we get this show started.
Welcome to Knockout Island. 4 fighters gather.
2 will enter. 1 will win. Welcome to the fight. Welcome to the Knockout.
So there you have it. Our 4 guests who were yanked out of their realities and put on an island somewhere in the middle of nowhere was Sinestro, Frieza, Wolverine, and Superman. Hopefully, Superman does a better job in this battle royale than he has in the last few seasons. He just seems to have this, the unfair stick. So let's bring in the guys one at a time. Please welcome my man John from John's Comics with Kids. Each of you guys, when I bring you in, please give us a 1 to 2 minute introduction argument. It's the introduction that you guys would have for the intro argument. So that's how you introduce yourself, your character, and your intro argument. That's how we'll start the show. So please welcome John's Comics with Kids with Superman.
What is happening, friends, in the chat? I am representing Superman, the most powerful character in DC, and it's wonderful that we've got a faux DC person on the panel tonight because definitely a showdown that's not going to be very impressive. Yeah, Superman, the guy who, when you look online of like, hey, I wonder how tough this character is. Could he beat Superman is always the question, because Superman is the guy that everybody wants to see. Could they beat Superman, the greatest superhero of all time, and arguably the guy with only 2 major weaknesses that you might hear about tonight. Number 1 is bad writing. Bad writing is Superman's greatest weakness, because anytime somebody wants to beat Superman, a crummy writer just can be like, yeah, the Flash beat him that one time. No. Bad writing is the only thing that's ever defeated Superman, because you have to like twist people into a pretzel to come up with a way to actually defeat Superman. It's just not easy, and he is absolutely the guy to beat. He would crush this whole crew. It's not even going to be funny. Superman's other weakness is he's a good guy, and that's going to be something that could be exploited in this game tonight. But I have a feeling it's not going to be something to worry about with guys like Wolverine on this crew. I'm really not too concerned about he's a nice guy, he's a good guy, he won't go all the way. Because the truth is, Superman's always holding something back, right? Superman's so powerful, he's almost always holding something back. But let's see if these guys can take what he's got.
All right. Please welcome into the chat as well, Burke Family 54, the champion of season 1 of the Knockout, arguing for Wolverine.
That's going to be tough to follow right there. John is tough to follow. I will say I'm representing Wolverine, one of the best comic book characters of all time. Everyone wants a Hulk 180, 181, 182, all of that. There's been some amazing movies with Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, all the X-Men movies, all the Wolverine movies, the Logan movie. I mean, if you're watching any of those, you're an X-Men fan, Marvel fan, comic book fan, you know who Wolverine is. He's one of the greatest superheroes out there. He's kind of an anti-hero. He can't really die. He's basically invincible. He's got those claws. He's got the super healing. He's just a great character. He's really fun as well. And he's also Canadian. So if you're from Canada, definitely vote for Wolverine. And I will say this. If I didn't have Wolverine, I would want Superman. That is the other person I would get. So right off the bat, I want to say, John and I think you and I should roll together.
I think they naturally would.
All right. Now, who should I bring in next? Should I bring in Comic Foo or should I bring in Worst? Well, since Rob is really the worst man in comics, we'll bring him in last because I really want to see John's face when I introduce it when we bring him in. So please welcome Comic Foo 2814 with who else but Sinestro.
How's it going, everyone? Tonight I am broadcasting from Sector 1417, and I'm going to start this out with a little oath. In blackest day, in brightest night, beware your fears made into light. Let those who try to stop what's right burn like my power, Sinestro's might. There we go.
We got the trash talking early tonight.
So yes, I have Sinestro tonight, Green Lantern's greatest villain, and he was actually originally a Green Lantern. It was actually he ruled in such a totalitarian way over his sector, instilling fear in an entire sector of the universe that he was actually banished from the Green Lanterns, cast aside to the antimatter dimension, where he had created for him his yellow lantern ring, powered by fear. On top of that, Sinestro is an absolute genius. He has some of the strongest willpower in the galaxy. He is trained in both martial arts and battle strategies. He can read your emotions and manipulate your fear. He's also surrounded by an impenetrable force field. Unbreakable. It can even survive attacks that are faster than light. The Flash could not break through his force field. He can construct light constructs, invisibility. He even has, hey, Wolverine, he's got some minor healing powers. And I like the little, the team up that Wolverine and Superman started there. But John, I've got a little surprise for you that I think might interest you. And I think you're definitely going to want to team up with Sinestro.
Interesting. All right. Well, if anyone's been bothered counting, you guys know who's next. Please welcome Rob Worst, who is arguing for one of the two characters I had to have in this show. Dragon Ball Z was my favorite show as a kid. I had to have Goku or Frieza. And Rob Worst is arguing for the Frieza. So please welcome Emperor Rob himself.
You filthy humans. And there's someone from planet Krypton. And planet Korrigar. I thought I tore that planet to pieces. But I did a very good job, at least with planet Krypton. You may not have noticed, but with the rest of my crew, we just implanted a little virus that you all call Brainiac on your planet. I destroy planets like it's nothing. You want to know how bad I am as a villain? Sinestro thinks he's a villain. He started his life off as a hero. I started off as the spawn of King Cold. My father rules the universe. And while you're over here trying to save or destroy a planet here and there, I've conquered the known universe with my daddy. So Wolverine can slash whatever he wants with his claws, while I will just destroy your filthy planet.
Rob, I love you, man. You're amazing.
So
You do, John.
So right away we're starting with daddy issues. I see how it is. All right. So welcome everyone to the Battle Royale. So for everyone listening and watching on the Knockout YouTube and podcast, let me go over the rules again real quick. We got, basically this idea of this Battle Royale and not telling you the characters beforehand was because I wanted you guys to strategize. I didn't want you to just plan do any I wanted to truly strategize. I wanted you to plan how you're going to defeat whoever it was, whether I threw Superman or Wolverine at you. Your character fights alone. The reason why I did that, the character fights alone, no team like the Corps or Frieza and his army, but you guys are welcome to team up with each other, form alliances, or backstab if you choose to. Anything really goes for the character as long as that is how the character is. If it's true to the character, you stand a good point. And right now, we're not really going to have any challenge, like we would for other things. It's basically free for all. So heroes can be heroes, villains can be villains, and may the last person standing wins. We're going to have about 30 to 35 minutes for round one. The voting link is running in the chat. You guys can vote for your top two who would make it to the second round, based on the arguments going on. At the end of 35 minutes, we will have the result, and then the top two votes move on to the second round. And basically, if Frieza and Sinestro get the most votes, Superman and Wolverine were captured, killed, whatever the case may be. So gentlemen. Oh, and you cannot leave
Fire Island.
Your Knockout Island. Oh, I had it there. I'll
Me
try
and
it
you.
again. Knockout Island. So this is Knockout Island. You guys can fly if you can fly. You can't if you can't, but you're not allowed to leave Knockout Island.
I want to, on record, I was 0 for 3 in guessing you guys' options of what you guys would pick. I was so off base. I mean, at least in Comic Foos since I was like in the right universe, but I had this guy pegged for a Flash character, like 99% sure if it wasn't White Ranger. Like, so I'm just like stunned. I am floored by the choices here. So I'm excited to get into this discussion.
All right. So whoever wants to start, begin. You guys are basically on all four corners. Begin. How's this go?
I think it's only fair to let Sinestro talk because he's the kind of guy that would want to spread a little pixie dust on this whole thing.
This is your last option. You join me or you fight me. This is all I will say.
Oh boy.
I only have one pitch to make right now, and that's to Superman. I don't know if you're aware of this, John, but the Yellow Lantern's ring has a special ability when applied to a Kryptonian. I was really hoping a Kryptonian would be on the panel tonight because it can actually serve as the yellow sun that provides the Kryptonians with their superpowers. But not only that, it will supercharge a Kryptonian. So team up with me, and not only are you the strongest man on Earth, you are now supercharged.
I mean,
there you go.
Solid point.
If you don't like my offer, then I give you Superman 29 and 30, where Sinestro captured Superman. Keep that in mind.
Are we showing books now?
Yeah, show your bird, show your proof.
I thought about getting some books out. I did.
I will say I know almost nothing about Dragon Ball Z, so my knowledge of Frieza is supremely limited as far as what his abilities are. Although I could totally see Superman just looking at that guy and going, "Well, that's the problem right there. Like that guy needs a fist in the face."
Yeah. And for the record, Magic Lasso, it is not a ripoff of Themyscira. It is a ripoff off of somebody from I think it was was that? It's not that starts with an M, but some Google Minecraft.
I mean, the main difference I see is that clearly this island is a sausage fest.
I resent that remark. I have no junk. I'm not like you filthy.
Now I know a lot
mortals.
About Frieza.
But so, what do you guys think? So, I think that obviously, right off the bat, Burke, you have the biggest disadvantage if I was arguing. How are you gonna come out ahead. What's your
Whoa,
strategy?
whoa, what? You think I had the biggest disadvantage? Really? A mutant who's basically invulnerable? Who, like,
Yep. Okay. You have your adamantium and you have your incredible healing factor. So you are one tough SOB.
yeah,
I will
Heavy
not
and he
deny it.
can't fly.
and I also have superhuman senses and animal-like attributes.
So
Can you
tell me
imagine
what,
Can you imagine the fastball special Superman could throw?
so tell
I'm
me
just
why
saying.
I'm wrong.
I'm just saying, like from a distance, we could pinpoint a target and be like fastball special Frieza from the other side of the island.
I
I
don't.
could have Vegeta throw you all the way to planet Saiyan if it wasn't for the fact I couldn't.
How does
I was
Wolverine
gonna say, you can't
do
have him.
trapped in a bubble without air? I wonder.
He won't die. That's for
Wolverine
sure.
also not very easy to scare. I don't know that your
No,
fear
he
tactics will
does- he
play
does
much
not
on him.
scare.
Yeah.
You can rip
Wait
him
a
in half and he'll
second.
be fine.
Didn't Wolverine murder his
He can't
entire
go.
team in the future? I want him on my army.
Hmm.
I feel like Sinestro is the weakest of all.
Ooh.
Murderer
I'd
of
love
to be
entire
proven wrong,
star
but-
systems, the weakest, huh? All
I'm
right.
still waiting
That's
to
how
hear
I
what
feel.
Frieza can
That's how
do.
I
Like, what
feel.
is his ability? Like, I
mean,
don't know
I'll
that
just.
I haven't even changed out of my first form. You're
Wolverine
not
can
even
just chop
worth
his
it
hand
to
off,
change.
and the ring is gone, and then boom, Sinestro's done.
Force field.
I could use
Indestructible
those-
force field. Light
Everything's a
constructs.
force
I'll
field.
match your claws.
Everything's a force field. All right, well, adamantium can break through basically anything, so I'm not worried about that. Not
Here,
yet.
Actually,
I do like
adamantium
your
thrown
style.
at the speed that Superman could hurl it. You know, just
I'm
like
not-
I'm
I'm not
playing
taking on-
darts at that point.
I'm not taking
The
on
Flash
Superman
has
right now.
tried. It
I'm
does
taking
not
on
work.
everyone else other than Superman. All right, John. That's why I wanted
No, I'm
to team up
saying
with you.
I'm saying I'd
Don't
throw
come after
you.
me.
I'd throw you like a dart. You just pull up your claws and we'll just fastball special somebody.
Do that to the Dragon Ball Z person.
Yeah, throw you like a dart right into him. Just pow. You think Colossus can do a fastball special? I'm saying Superman's fastball special gonna kill somebody.
Yo, Chad, what is up, dude?
Yeah,
How's it
YouTube
going,
is
man?
90 tonight.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's what's
Yeah.
up, dude. I hadn't seen him in forever.
I also have a feeling. I mean, and maybe it seems to me like I don't know. I'm trying to think like Superman, and I can't imagine him partnering with anybody but Wolverine. And I
Yeah,
can't
got a point
can't
there.
imagine him doing anything but pummeling the life out of this guy. I don't even know that he would. And if I was Sinestro, I can't decide if I would partner with this guy just to be like double up, or if it's like, no, I'll sit and wait until everybody's dead and then enact my plan. I don't know. Or everybody's
What's-
weekend.
How is Superman going to take on Frieza though? Because I know the debate. There's always a debate for who's stronger, Superman or Goku. And you got Frieza, who's in that other matchup. You know, the arch enemy. You know, he is the Sinestro to Hal in that regard. You know, Frieza and Goku. So
You see, Matt, I have been accused in the past of monologuing, so I have decided to take action. I've done a little bit of research on this Superman. Kal-El, son of Jor-El, married to Lois Lane. She's not even on your planet anymore. We kidnapped her and are holding her ransom. You either fight with me or we'll take her.
That's breaking the
Ooh.
rules of Knockout Island. What are you talking about? We're
Yeah,
in the bubble here.
yeah,
You
and
can't
that's
run
it.
off and kidnap somebody once the battle starts.
That doesn't
That
fly,
was done
Syra.
38 minutes ago.
Oh. No, doesn't work that way. Sorry, Rob. You didn't know about Superman until
That's like
38
saying you
minutes ago.
showed up here with kryptonite when you didn't know what you
And
were
she's
fighting.
dead already, and you're already the villain, Superman.
That was the
I
one-
see your
That was the
future.
one thing I was like, no, see, I don't even have to worry about kryptonite because nobody like just carries kryptonite around. It's not like part of
A
their
Green
character.
Lantern could create it.
Yeah, they can create the radiation, right? That goes with
Yes.
it. Not the actual item, but the radiation.
So
But
wait,
even
so-
that takes incredible will and focus, and you can easily be distracted and lose focus on that ability. But I don't have to worry about that. Yay.
So is Sinestro the Green Lantern tonight or a Yellow Lantern?
No,
tonight?
he held that yellow ring up.
Oh, so he's screwed.
Yellow. See that? See the battery? It's right there.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
Yeah.
Wolverine's coming for that.
So, is Wolverine going to directly attack them, or what's the Wolverine strategy?
Wolverine never directly attacked. He's always I can't. I'm sorry. I'm speaking for Burke.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends on how hungry he is.
He's hungry like the wolf.
Instincts might kick in, and he'll probably take out Frieza first because it looks like an animal, and just chop him up and eat him. I don't know. He definitely wouldn't go for Superman. That's for sure. Everyone was trying to steer clear of Superman.
Interesting. So it seems like
I'm
Superman has the advantage.
welcoming him in.
I just love how all of you could fit in perfectly with my army.
Right now, the goal.
Villains to me.
Right now, the goal is to make it to round 2. All you have to do is make it right now to round 2. Then you can worry about fighting each other.
I want to hear about Frieza because I don't know anything about Dragon Ball Z.
Rob, explain more about
many
Frieza.
different forms in which I can change with. This is just my first form. I can go all the way to my 6th golden form where I trained for 4 months because I never trained a day in my life before that because I didn't need to. I was the strongest creature throughout the galaxy. Everyone loves me, especially my daddy, King Cold. But I am still just one who loves to fight. Yep. And I see a pristine figure when I look at Kal-El. I see another one when I look at Sinestro. I want to recruit them all. I collect them because I am a fighter like you all. Don't you all want to fight with the best?
Yeah. For anyone else in the podcast wondering, like I said, I would describe Frieza as fast as Superman and Sinestro could possibly fly. He is incredibly powerful. And like Rob said, he has many transformations where his strength and speed and power is multiplied multiple times. So in his base form, he is powerful. In his 6th and final form, as of right now, he is exponentially, we're talking, Superboy versus Superman kind of a thing, or Superman Prime, however you want to do it, kind of an argument. So
see, I learned a long time ago from Goku that I shouldn't just keep talking because whenever I do that, I lose. So instead, after I got cut in half by my own blade because of my own hubris, I have made some lessons. So because of that, I reconstructed myself with some cybernetics, and because of that, I am indestructible.
We will put that to the test.
Yes.
I mean, adamantium claws, my heat vision and strength. We're going to definitely put that indestructible thing to the test.
I have a force field just like that Sinestro fellow over there. I think he's so cute.
I've seen several occasions
defense, then. It sounds like they're only playing defense. They're not playing any offense.
And I've seen several occasions where these characters have lost. So clearly, perfect force field doesn't necessarily work.
I'm just that guy that sits up there at the top of the mountain, floating just a few inches above the ground, waiting until the last body falls. And then you're with me.
I don't know that strategy would work in this scenario. I have a feeling that you would be the biggest target that most of us would be gunning for, but that's just my view of this.
Wolverine will make sure that you are very, very, very well worn out before you meet. But I would still like you fresh, so I'll give you a day's effort to rest. I am so kind and benevolent as a galactic ruler.
Fun. So, let me share the picture again for those of you watching. Like I said, welcome to Knockout Island. So, like I said, I designed it as scenery where you can not leave the island, but it has plenty of room for landscape, forest, mountains, cliff sides. Basically anything to your advantage, So
which person would be able to hide best and sneak up on people? A person that's like an animal, basically, or a person that's dressed all in yellow, or a person dressed in purple?
I will say this terrain fits Burke better than most of us. Yeah, fits Wolverine best. Although, truthfully, most of the rest of us could fly around and just be up in the air for the rest of this fight, right?
And Superman
Wolverine already smells like the commode on my starship, so he will fit in nicely on this island.
And let's not forget the yellow lantern ring provides invisibility. So,
and Superman has X-ray vision. So
there you go.
So
who you playing?
I see. Super Russ said that Superman did a black hole in his hands once and has moved planets. I have just blown planets up because I took my ball and went home.
Yep, that is true.
So good.
Frieza has blown up several planets because he was bored.
If you guys
I
aren't
am
hitting the
a
I
like
know the
button,
feeling, Frieza.
I am a little bitch, but I am trying to mature.
I swear, if people aren't hitting the like button just for Rob's
Yeah.
voices, you're
Oh
missing
my
out, folks.
goodness.
Yes, and please spam that vote link. I want
Yeah.
all that.
You
I
can
want
send it to your Instagram friends or whatever.
Yeah, I
And
want
that
another
makes
1K
two of us
video.
that have blown up planets, by the way. Just saying.
Yeah, him too. Yeah, I got a message from Comic Fu after he found out about the rules. I took away his army. I took away his interdimensional travel. He wasn't happy with me.
Yeah,
So-
that's a tough draw. That's a tough draw.
Yeah.
But fair is
After
fair.
destroying most of the known galaxy off in a far quadrant. Oh, what was that one quadrant I was working on? Oh, yes, now I remember. It was Sector 1417 that I last erased, right before coming here so I could use a vacation.
15
Oh,
minutes
I'm
until
sorry,
the voting starts.
Sinestro. That was your sector.
All right, 15 minutes before we have a vote. So you guys got 15 more minutes to make your points. So
I'll just put it out there. I don't know anything about Frieza, so I'm staying away from that. Superman is 100% like you can't beat that guy. So I feel like I'm only attacking Comic Fu, and I apologize for that. I feel bad that I keep coming at Comic Fu, but I feel like it's the only person I'm like competing against because I don't know that much about. Like I already said it all, but Sinestro's not even the best Lantern, right? Like he's not even the best Lantern. Right?
went
Ducky
there.
cover.
He said the part you don't say out loud.
Scott,
He said
Hal
it.
Jordan, John Stewart, Jessica Cruz.
Right, Gardner was supposed to be the best Lantern, and it's you?
All right. So,
He's the
so one of
best
Sinestro's
Lantern.
abilities, as I mentioned, is the ability to tap into your emotions as well as
Ooh.
interpret your greatest fears. And
Hmm.
sensing some love there for the old Jean Grey and what's going on there. And so Sinestro is going to use one of his more interesting abilities, and he can actually create entire illusions to fool even the guardians of the universe to believe that he can be anything or they are anywhere. And so I'm just going to create this little illusion over on a side of the island where Jean Grey is there, you know, in the little white picket fence house, waiting for Wolverine, cooking him dinner and calling him home. So we'll see.
Hmm.
I love it. I love
There he
it.
is. Very nice.
Comic Fu, I will say I'm a big DC fan. John knows that. I love Green Lanterns and all of that. Big DC fan. I just want to put that out there.
But it's
Raise
smart
your
to
hand.
know that your fear tactics wouldn't work on somebody like Wolverine because he really doesn't feel fear. But you
He
could
doesn't.
certainly give him his wish,
I
right?
can
You
still
could-
manipulate his emotions. Yeah. Or
exactly.
read them
Yeah,
exactly.
like-
That's clever.
yeah.
That's clever.
and then strategize based off of it.
Yeah. So D-Runk says Sinestro was the greatest Lantern. Boy flew too close to the sun. And I will argue that it is true. You could technically argue that Sinestro is the greatest Lantern just because he had a fall, you know, as Icarus does not mean he wasn't the greatest. You know,
I
sometimes you have to.
I might argue Kyle Rayner, but I get it. I get it. Kyle Rayner is basically a god at this point.
We're like
But
Guy
I get it.
Gardner.
Well,
Oh,
keep in
God.
mind,
Bolt-
Sinestro
you're
was
gonna
the
argue
first
Bolt
White
Cut?
Lantern.
Don't
Sinestro
argue
was the
Bolt
first
Cut.
White Lantern too, before Kyle.
Guy Gardner got taken out by Batman. One punch.
I mean,
So
Batman was White Lantern too.
how much prep time did he have?
sorry about that. But yeah, no prep
Amazing.
time, kind of a thing. So This
Yeah.
is very good. So I'm
love
enjoying
it.
this argument. So Frieza, you're being awfully quiet. You wait for everyone to tire themselves out before you blow up the island. Is that what's going on?
Oh, I think it is about time to tell you my entire strategy. The first thing I would do is melt down Wolverine until there's nothing left but atoms. That takes care of his adamantium skeleton. At this point, Sinestro will have been shocked to see something so horrific happen so quickly. It's at that point that I speed right through his body and turn him into a gelatin mass. And then following by that, oh, who do we have left now? Oh, we have Superman. I could not possibly fight you in just this simple form of my first transformation, so I will go all the way to Golden Frieza. And it's at that point that you will try and say, I'm your friend. I'm another alien from another planet. And I will go ahead and say, yes, you're right, Superman. I have changed my ways and I want to be just like you. And right as I grab your hand, I rip your arm off and beat you to death with it. And then I take it back to your city of Metropolis and wear your head on my head as a crown for the rest of your planet.
Classy.
And now we know why Rob was invited to the show.
I love
Out of character for one moment. Thank you all for letting me be here tonight.
it. Yeah,
I still think you have a
imagine-
problem with Sinestro, though. Like I said, the Flash has tried, and faster than the speed of light.
Which Flash?
I believe it was Barry.
Okay, that's not okay. Then yeah, that's not the fastest Flash. You got to go get Wally West, man. Wally West is that dude.
All right, but unable to penetrate Sinestro's force field.
So you guys
Can I
gonna
ask
have
a
a force
question
field
real quick?
battle?
Can I ask
I'm
a
just
question?
saying.
I'm picturing people in those like inflatable sumo costumes, just like smashing into each other.
Force
I know
field
this
battle.
is
I'm pretty sure. Sorry, but force field battle. I'm pretty sure I saw that in the first Pokemon movie.
Speaking of movies, which of our characters' movies would you like to watch the most versus least?
So good.
My films have
So
no
good.
narrative. All it is a 90-minute fight scene in every single one.
Power up at the every 10 minutes.
Exactly.
Bitch.
Thank you so much, Rob, for the expletive warning on my podcast now. Thank you very much.
One letter word, it's 5.
Ryan Reynolds.
But yeah. But anyway, so yeah, we got
to hear how Superman would respond.
To Vegeta or to Frieza?
Frieza. Yeah. How is Superman going to take defeat two guys willing to kill? And
I mean, that's the trick.
guy.
But thankfully, I've got a guy who's really good at killing. Wolverine is very good at what he does. It's just what he does isn't.
So you guys are going to team up.
I can't imagine him teaming up with anyone else in this crew. And I can definitely see them as a really great 1-2 punch, because the reality is, while you're focused on Superman, because you got to focus on Superman, that guy shivs you.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because you're so busy focusing on the guy who's completely going to destroy any of your little bubbles that you've made. That guy comes up from the back and just shivs you, and you're done.
Six.
And a fastball special across Knockout Island here, and he goes right through somebody's force.
Well, that's the wonderful sneak attack. You throw Wolverine super high in the sky, and he just like falls right down on top of you while you're busy getting pummeled. Right?
Oh, very good point by Magic Lasso. But with Superman's moral code, let Wolverine kill.
More than likely, that's not on Superman. His focus is stopping these guys.
Superman
right?
knows lots of people that kill. Okay,
This is also true.
He knows lots of people that kill, and he lets
Good
it go
point.
by.
Good point.
But he's also afraid to kill.
Mhm.
Fear, which I think Sinestro could actually cripple him with. In that
I think
scenario.
that's the biggest fear for him would be the fear of innocent life, right? And there's no innocent life on the island to worry about. So in that way, it's finally an opportunity to let loose. It's finally the opportunity to lay a couple of punches that might level a mountain.
Looks like somebody killed Wolverine because he's recovering.
Yeah, he's
gone.
Spinning
Hopefully
wheel
he
of death
can-
on
Hopefully he
Wolverine.
can come back. Okay, who did it? Raise your hand.
Well, you know it was Frieza. Come on.
Frieza, did you kill the hairy guy?
He's already taken him out. That's the reality. He just took him out.
My bad, that happened and I wasn't paying attention. Yes, I killed him. Oopsie.
Well, hopefully he can come back because he still has, 7 minutes left in round 1. So hopefully.
Well, I think
he has a chance
Sinestro
to
would
finish
also have another interesting move against Wolverine. Yellow Lanterns can also create an energy twin of themselves. And it actually causes their twin to run faster than normal speed. And I think we could just keep Wolverine busy running in circles for a while.
That's hilarious. I don't remember ever seeing that.
Yes.
It's
You could just use Sinestro's little power ring bubble to put a bubble around his head and cut off his air circulation. Even a Wolverine needs to breathe.
I mean, this
There
is
you go.
true, Russ.
That
Russ,
was-
Russ raises the point that Superman has killed in 2 movies. He's killed Zod twice.
Yes.
So I mean,
arguably that's within his moral code too. I would understand that code.
My internet went out. Give me a minute or two, says Steve. There you go.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry, Berg. Frieza said he killed you.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's all over. You can go back to bed now.
Well, I'll try and stick up for you, Wolverine.
We'll
while
have
you're
the
not here.
5 resurrect him in any minute now.
Oh, there you go. True. The Dragon Balls were gathered by Superman because his ally, and he said, "I wish Wolverine was brought back to life." There you go. Of course, are the Dragon Ball, all 7 Dragon Balls on Knockout Island? So,
I mean, not unless you just are supposed to be carrying them at all times.
yeah, waiting.
Those are pretty big to carry around. Even I need to put them on a ship.
Yeah. All right. So, anything else? So you got the 2 aliens arguing at customs, and Sinestro, well, technically all 3 of you guys are aliens.
Yeah.
So you got the 3 aliens. You got 3
alien.
aliens and a mutant. 3
I
aliens
think
and a mutant. So
I'm trying to think not just as Superman, but as I could definitely see Sinestro pulling some sneaky backhanded moves when Superman's distracted by trying to kill Frieza. Like I could see these things happening. Waiting till Frieza's on his last legs and then Superman's exhausted and then just sneaking in it. And so that's the tricky part. Are they teaming up? Or are they just wait? Because Frieza and Sinestro seem similar in the sense that they are happy to wait their enemies out, right? Happy to like sit back.
Dirty.
But Superman is not going to allow you that opportunity, right? He's going to bring it to you, so you can't just wait it out. But who does Superman pick? It's going to define what the other one does, right? Where does Superman view the greatest threat? And I would assume it's Frieza, but I don't know.
It may not be Superman's choice.
Right.
yeah.
Because again, Sinestro has the power to take control of other people and have them do his bidding for him.
Right.
And
under
although
the,
I don't
control of the Yellow Lantern.
and I know, and as well as I love Frieza to death, it's hard to. I don't know who is out of the 3 of you guys. It's hard. I dismiss Superman for this argument because I don't know who is more cunning. But Sinestro or Frieza, who has the more cunning and strategical mind? Superman is powerful, but I don't know who he's quite on the level of those 2.
Superman always wants to see the best in people. I always like to see the worst in people. That's why I use the body of this raw worst creature to act as my voice.
I mean, I don't know enough about Frieza, but I do know a ton about Sinestro, and I absolutely think his is the more devious mind in the sense that I think he understands how heroes and villains think really, really well.
Yeah.
He's not black and white. He can read the lay of the land more easily. He's not blinded by his own needs. He's not blinded by his own desire to do good or do evil, which is where this side of the panel is, right? Superman driven by the desire to do good and Frieza driven by the desire to destroy. And then Sinestro somewhere in the middle as like, he doesn't want the universe to be destroyed. That's not his goal in life, right? He wants order in the universe through fear.
Yes.
Right.
Sinestro comes across a large group of people, and when they say you're wrong, he stands his ground because he believes in something. While he might think that he is the hero of his story, it's because he's a narcissist that he's a villain. Only Superman can actually think the best in people.
Sorry about that.
But in terms of a tactician, keep in mind, Sinestro has not only ruled a planet, an entire sector of the universe, but also he leads his own army of superpowered beings.
Twice, right? Because he led crews of Green Lanterns in several events, and then again later as a Yellow Lantern. I'm not arguing for your side. I'm sorry.
Sinestro will do things by any means necessary, because when mankind in general is so deeply self-interested, they will break the bonds of love and loyalty when it benefits them greatly. A fear of punishment will hold them in.
But I could see Sinestro as the one with the greatest sense of the game as a whole. As a chess player as a whole, because he's not driven by one of the 2 like more traditional hero villain molds. he would definitely have a very different perspective, and that could enable him to work within the fights to find successes in different ways. That's where my mind went.
For those of you
Maybe it's
listening on the
because I love Sinestro.
For those of you listening on the podcast, Burke has been resurrected by Professor X on Krakoa, and he's back on Knockout Island. So he has a minute left in round one.
I apologize.
A minute.
I don't know what happened. Like it kicked me
No
out.
worries.
And I tried to get back in. The internet just wasn't working, so I just restarted the computer.
We got a minute left in round one here. So anything you want to add, Wolverine, since you popped out for a little while while you still can?
No.
All right. So we will go ahead and end round one.
I collect you like you're nothing over here. I will destroy you all.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm not distracted.
Right.
Rob Worst wins.
No,
All
actually, there's been 76 votes. And
oh wait, this isn't the hunt. Sorry, this is not.
All right. Everyone, get out there and vote. You can vote for 2 people, and for this one, that's how I did it. So vote for your top 2. Who makes it to a round 2, and which 2 characters go home? So we will let it run for just a little bit, and then we'll get it going. So, but we won't wait for too long because we have round 2 to get to. So please, if you're watching, vote now. So, how's it going, guys? Who do you think, before we get to the results, I want to know, who's your opinion? Who do you think is going to round 2?
So, dude, I lost. Absolutely lost. No one knows the whole preview.
But I don't know that it's because of the character as much as knowledge. Like how many people are as knowledgeable in Dragon Ball Z as you two are. You know?
Most comic collectors are middle-aged and they either watch DBZ or they didn't. If they didn't, I definitely did not get.
Hey, there's Dragon Ball Z comics. It's also called manga too. So
right.
Yeah, and then there's the comic fans that go, manga's not comics, and then we're in that whole dichotomy argument.
There's only one that matters. Anyway,
that's called gatekeeping. We don't condone that around here.
Yeah, we don't want that
gatekeepers. I think it is tough that I think the character probably isn't as well known. I'm not familiar with it. I'm also curious though about Wolverine and how he's going to fare against flying enemies. It kind of takes the battlefield away from him.
True.
But if you think of it in Hunger Games terms, there's always those champions who basically disappear, and you got to find them.
Yeah,
they just wait you out.
Yeah,
you know. Because I think it would be very challenging for anybody without X-ray vision to find him on that island. If he wanted to disappear,
thank you, John.
He would be a hard guy to find. If he chose to play that way, if he chose to just like go full commando on this and just disappear, like the Predator or whatever, and wait for you to just fly by looking for him,
All right.
Wolverine on an island, he would be just like Arnold Schwarzenegger in Predator, rising out of the water, caked in mud, and going, it's mine.
All right. Ding, ding, ding. All right. We're going to get the results here. For round 1 of the knockout, the 2 competitors moving forward are Superman with 31 votes and Wolverine with 22. I did not see that one coming.
Heroes win the day.
Heroes win.
It's a good day to be a good guy.
Sinestro with 17 and Frieza with 12 goes home. Well, the villains.
Hi, everybody.
They're gone. So, all right. You guys are welcome to hang out in the background, or you guys are welcome to pick a side and argue with the character. What do you guys think? Since, are you done, or do you guys want to team up? Superman and Superman, or Superman Wolverine kind of a thing, or I don't know how I did it. Never mind. Actually, never mind me. I only host the show. I'm going to be here in my corner.
I mean, they can judge the next round. They can definitely
all right
be involved on the judge side if you want.
Fu and Rob, I want you to help me get this thing going. All 3 of us will kind of interact with there too. That's what we'll do. All right.
Well, I am floating around in space as a half disembodied corpse, so I have free time.
You're the Beyonder.
Right.
Yeah. And Sinestro, escapes death by transferring his essence into the power battery. So I'm just kind of waiting it out still.
All right. Well, round two begins now. You guys have 15 minutes. So while I set everything up, get the link in there for you guys to start voting, start talking.
So I think that Superman versus Wolverine's an interesting fight because you have Superman who doesn't like to break his code. the Batman could. He's not like Homelander. You know what I mean? Like if he wanted to be, he certainly could be, right? Well, Wolverine, on the other hand, he's no holds barred. You know what I mean? And on top of that, Wolverine has healing abilities, obviously. And so he could take blasts. He could take being shot through the chest from Superman's rays. He could take being punched 1,000 times in 10 seconds. You get right back up. So it's an interesting fight for sure, especially if the fight has to happen on the island, as opposed to Superman grabbing him, going up into space, and throwing him into the sun or something. You know what I mean?
Right? Yeah. I don't get
If
to
that
fly
was
into outer space.
if there's a dome on top, I don't
Yeah.
know, man. Wolverine's got a chance.
How do you kill Wolverine?
does.
Yeah. If this guy's got killed, I mean, this guy literally went to a space station right up there near the sun, burned the hell up, and was resurrected.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's not relevant particularly because of the location, but the argument's still there. This guy, survived a hell of a lot. So I mean, but not to mention, which is tougher, the claws, the adamantium claws, or the Kryptonian skin under a yellow
here's a
sun?
question: is there any lead at all in adamantium? You know what I mean? Is there any? I don't know.
More
But that would
importantly,
only prevent the X-rays, right?
Yeah, is there lead on the island? Who knows?
To hide.
Wolverine should have really learned some magic right about now, huh?
Yeah.
So I'm reminded a little bit. I'm a Fables Vertigo fan, and there's a battle at one point between two characters, a sword fighting trial by combat kind of thing. And the villain in the battle is an immortal. Like he just can't. You stab him through, you run him through, and he falls down dead. But then the problem is the trial by combat can't end because the guy never dies. He just keeps. So the question becomes like, how does Superman win if Wolverine never dies? If he just keeps coming back to life, how do you ever judge the battle as over?
True.
It would just go as Superman. It's really a question of who would age and die first, right?
It's a tough one. It really is, and that's why I said it's interesting because, I mean, you got a person who heals quickly versus the impenetrable man,
Right.
But the one that heals slowly will do whatever it takes to win and to kill. Well, Superman will not do that.
Because Superman does have a healing factor. I mean, he wasn't necessarily dead, his resurrection chamber, so he might be slow. And there is no time limit on this matchup. There really is no time limit. These two are going at it.
It would
and
take
all that.
a month. It would take literally a month because when Doomsday fought Superman, that was over the course of a couple days before he could finally break the Man of Steel's skin and claws or anything.
No,
it's going to take a few days before he could even break his skin.
Yeah, I mean, well, I will say this: he fought Doomsday, right? And Doomsday was able to penetrate his skin.
Yeah,
it took a few days though to wear him down to do it.
Yeah, Doomsday was an ultimate weapon, reborn until he could do it himself on I think it was some like Krypton in the distant past kind of a thing. That's why he affected Superman somewhat, but it still took forever. So yeah, Doomsday took forever for Doomsday to affect Superman. I mean, who knows? We are talking Marvel versus DC, so it's anyone's guess.
But it's an interesting idea that John posed, in that, like, what do you do if they don't die, right? Like, at what point do you say you call a winner? So that caused me to think, like, what if is there a way of maybe to entrap one of the two of them, and then could you then call that a win?
Because Superman would never kill him anyways. So like Superman, whatever he did, put a mountain on top of him, whatever. Like
exactly.
Ultimately, is expecting to win by not defeat in death, but by just stopping him in some fashion. Yeah. Whether that means like, I'm going to take the skeleton off of your body and split it into pieces around the island, and you might regenerate, but it might take you a few hundred years to get back to the way you were.
Dance, mutant monkey, dance.
Wow. And that's the question. Like, it's like Deadpool, right? If I rip off all of his arms and legs and his head, and what does he regrow back from?
Yeah.
He grows into multiple people.
I mean, I think it is arguable that there's no killing Wolverine, right?
Right.
At least not on this island.
Not that Superman would ever tear somebody apart.
Even in the
like that.
comics, they wound up taking him down into an atomic level form, and he still regrew back from that.
I mean, I could see Superman like tying his claws together, like just bending the metal into like fun shapes and then just tying it off.
If what Rob said is true, that like I said they took him down to the atomic level and he still didn't die, then like I said, how is Superman going to win? Because Doomsday kills Superman because he wore him out. It took them to finally roar them out and then punch each other dead.
Yeah.
But if you got someone who's gonna punch him down, he pops right back up like a daisy. How are you? It's Wolverine's battle to win. He just or it's Wolverine's battle to lose, I guess is the appropriate term. He has to just survive.
John,
yeah.
John, I have to ask you.
Yeah.
Are you watching Superman and Lois?
I've seen the first episode, but I haven't watched past that.
I heard good.
The first episode of season 1?
Yeah.
Oh, we're on season 2 right now.
I know. I'm way behind.
This show is incredible.
I hear great things, and I do love the guy playing Superman. Really talented child actor, now like a full-grown adult actor.
Yes, it's a fantastic show.
I hear great things. Yeah, no, it's on our family list, but I gotta get the girls to finish Smallville first. We haven't even finished that. Like they're only like 2 seasons into that.
Come on, the last 2 seasons of Smallville were painful.
John, you have to ground them until they watch it.
I'm working on things. I got big things. For me, like I could imagine Superman not necessarily like trying to kill him, but certainly trying to unarm him, right? And whether that's the ability, like twisting the adamantium into fun pretzel shapes.
What temperature does adamantium melt?
Or bend or break, right?
Vision.
Yeah, that's the question that Super Russ mentioned earlier. If Magneto's able to pull the metal off his body just with his magnetism, then there's certainly options. But how torturous and graphic and awful would Superman be willing to go? I think I'd be more likely to believe he'd make pretzels out of the claws, and then at which case
Superman
if Wolverine's claws are basically
lobotomize Manchester Black.
True. And Super Russ brings up a point here. Wouldn't Wolverine sink if Supes threw him into the water like Magneto did in the movie? So
I mean,
can Wolverine swim?
And would Superman drown him?
And would Superman drown him too? Yeah, that point there.
I could see bury him under a mountain. Just put him under a mountain.
That did happen in one of the movies, right? Yeah, and that kind of goes to the idea of entrapping a character. Wasn't he like he had something going through him that was holding him to a cinder
big concrete rebar? Yeah.
Yeah, and so he was still alive, but he couldn't get out of the water.
Interesting. Very good. These are very good discussions. I need more. That's the problem with my other matchups.
Pin him to something.
I mean, right?
This is a lot of fun. All right, very good points. Let's see. We got 6.5 minutes left in round 2. So everyone
I guess the question is for you, like the runner of Knockout Island. If you've got 2 characters, or certainly one like Superman, who would not kill somebody willingly, how do you determine victory?
True. Yeah, that's the question for you guys voting out there. How are you personally going to define victory?
If it's like Hunger Games, then like Superman probably couldn't win because he'd have to kill Wolverine.
Yeah,
and what he might end up doing is, I could imagine Superman deciding if it has to end with death, he's just going to wait him out, right?
Yep.
And he'll age faster than Superman, more than likely. He would die of old. I mean, we've seen Logan. The guy only lived, how much longer? Superman would outlive him. If they just like lived, if he just like fed him, tied him, buried him in a mountain and just continued to feed him, make sure he had water like a plant.
There you go.
Wolverine.
John, at the end of the day, one person at the end of the fight can fly away and the other guy is swimming.
And can't swim because he's too heavy. He
will fly only to a certain extent. He's trapped under the dome of the island. This is the Hunger Games arena.
Also true.
So, but yeah, Russ said, not Russ, D-Runk says Superman could literally restrain Wolverine until he submitted. So yeah, if his claws are down, he can extend them all he wants. All he has to do is hold them.
Yep. And
Burke says going against the greatest superhero is not ideal.
Yeah.
Although,
let me ask this, and maybe Burke knows. Who are some of the more powerful villains that Wolverine has taken down, and how has he done it?
Yeah, very good point.
I'm not as well versed in the Wolverine.
I gave you the chance to transfer out when I had 3 big players. I said, "You still want Wolverine?" And you
Wolverine
said yes.
has taken out Phoenix, but it's only because he banged her.
Well,
and I don't think it's going to work with Superman.
I took Wolverine strictly for his healing ability.
I'm going to need an R rating on this podcast.
Matt, I had to do it. I had to do it.
Yeah, but now instead of an E of our rating, I'm going to have to have an R.
You asked me if I wanted like several
I said
others.
banged. That's like
everyone you gave me was not good.
Yeah.
Warning, this channel is rated PG this episode.
PG and FU.
Hey, we didn't drop any F-bombs. We're good over here. We're a comic channel.
Oh, wow. This is...
I said Venom, Captain America, or any Dragon Ball Z.
You're reading the choices? You're hilarious.
I am out of the Berg boat. Oh, jeez. You've lost Biggie. Wow.
I love you, Biggie.
Yeah, I think there's definitely ways for Superman just to wait him out, whether it's just like restrain him, bury him under something, hamstring him in some way, and just like wait him out until old age gets him, or the Knockout Island gods decide, okay, he lost. Like he doesn't need to die to lose, he lost.
Yeah, this is endurance versus not willing to kill, or is willing to kill, depending on which version of Superman you use.
And let's be honest, Wolverine has a code. He has a personal code. I don't imagine him being someone that would just kill Superman.
Give me a cigar and you'll live.
I know he is a killer, but it's kind of like the moment in Civil War, I think it is, when Punisher and Captain America fight and argue, and Punisher drops his guns and he's like, "I'm not going to fight you." And Captain America is pummeling him and he's like, "Why aren't you fighting me?" He's like, "Because you're a good person. Like I wouldn't kill you." I think at some point Wolverine's like, "I'm a killer, but I'm not just going to kill anybody." And Superman is clearly a good person.
Right.
I don't know
but
that
if
he
there's
would
a
be
cold
willing
beer
to
at
kill
the
him.
end of it.
There's a beer and a sandwich and a redhead. Then it's all bets are off, right?
Hey, Superman, cigar and a beer.
Yeah, right.
I have the will to live again.
Superman's from Kansas. It's hard for me to go against Superman.
Yeah. I've been on this show a bunch of times, and I've played Superman a ton. So it may be unfair at this point that I'm still arguing Superman.
Yeah. Well,
I should probably take a break next time.
John has given Superman his best chance this yet. So luckily, third time might be the charm for John here.
Didn't Burke beat me last time I played Superman? Didn't he destroy me with somebody? I don't remember.
I think
was Darkseid.
Superman
lost.
See, Superman lost to Darkseid. Superman lost.
See, you defeated me last time. I was Superman.
Close though by like 1 or 2 votes.
It was just, man.
Yeah, and I wholeheartedly could have condoned that victory.
Speaking of 1 or 2 votes, get you guys' votes in there. We're running round 2 is running out, and then we're gonna go to the winner of the first ever Battle Royale. Who will be the champion of Battle Royale? So who will be the king?
I also want to say congrats, Matt, for 50 episodes of this show.
Thank you.
Right?
Very cool.
I really do feel like it's like the talk in a comic book shop made into a great fun show. All the things we talk about as nerds when it's like, could Thor beat Hulk? Like all that fun stuff is this show. And I think you've really done a great job making this something that people can enjoy.
Well, that is the best compliment anyone could give me. So I thank you. Just that the comic shop. Just thank you very much. So yes, thank you everyone. And everyone is more than welcome back. Although maybe we need to get Rob to have Goku instead of Frieza. He might stand a better chance. People I think at least know who Goku is.
That's when we'll get the next person on the show that's maybe in their 20s going, "What's a Goku?"
Yeah.
Was that an animation from the 1900s? And then I'll feel really old and I will lose automatically.
There you go. I've been there.
What's a Goku and does it take penicillin to cure?
I take Valtrex for that.
All right. Looks like round 2 is done with 10 seconds left to go. So everyone, here is the link one more time. John, work your magic.
Hey, Arya,
spam it.
Who do you like more, Superman or Wolverine?
I like like both of them, except I like Wolverine a little bit more because he was in The Greatest Showman.
Oh, that's a great answer. That's a
Very
great
good.
answer.
That's
That's
She
also great parenting. I like
Not
that
where I
as
saw
well.
that going, but that was awesome.
Yeah.
That's a very good movie.
Remember,
Yeah.
Dad said vote for Wolverine. So who's your favorite?
Yeah, I was Wolverine. Did you know that?
No,
I was. My character Scott was Wolverine. Yes, it was.
no, it wasn't.
Oh, okay.
What did Daddy promise you to
Here,
say?
move your thing so you can see my name.
Or say what?
Just
Or,
click on the comment again.
See, vote Wolverine.
where's say?
It's right underneath Daddy's. Right underneath your picture. It
What does
says
it
vote
say?
Wolverine.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah. All right. So get your guys' votes in there. Round 2. Who is the champion? We have officially ended. So we're not going to have any closing argument because we just had so much fun. So turns out this is what the knockout needed. It needed 2 more people. It's for a nice big old battle royale group. Maybe I just need battle royales in the future. Or I need to have teams. John and Rob teaming up to go there. That's what I need to do. Is I need to have more people involved. Of course, that was a headache to schedule. Ugh.
But it worked out.
Yes, and then Foo's internet threatened to kill
No,
us.
it worked out well.
Sorry, I went to Texas last week on a vacation, and then my internet cut out tonight. I know I'm the reason that you're saying all that, so I apologize.
My internet literally went down like 3 hours prior, and I get a text from my provider saying that it's not going to be back up until just when the show started. So
Yeah, so we're like, oh, don't like going like fingers crossed, fingers crossed,
Yeah.
fingers crossed. So it's like, oh, he's back and going, yes,
yeah.
he's back. Thank goodness, because I had JP who's like, oh, Sinestro, really? I guess. So anyway, thank you anyway to JP for willing to step into a character. You're like, oh, great, if I have to. Because that's what it is. It's going, here's the character. You have to argue it, and you don't know who you're facing. Good luck. All right. It wasn't the ideal of circumstances, and I might have been hesitant if it wasn't my show. So it's like on ugh. All right. So the results for Knockout Battle Royale, Superman versus Wolverine. Who will win? And the results are Superman with 10 votes, Wolverine with 4. It took 3 times, but Superman is the champion of the first ever Battle Royale.
Finally.
I would have voted for
Congratulations.
Superman.
Why?
I like Superman. He's the greatest superhero ever.
So
I thought
finally,
you wanted more.
Superman gets his due.
Can't go wrong with Superman.
I can finally stop shoving him into the knockout. He finally won.
You should have had, instead of Sinestro,
Oh, that book
Star
so good.
Sapphire.
Star
Star
Sapphire.
Sapphire beats Superman.
I love that cover. I love that cover.
Awesome. So
I mean,
thank
let's be
you.
honest. All you
Yeah.
need is Lois Lane. She would control. She would win.
True. So
Well, nice job to both of you. And
Yes.
Rob, the voices were amazing.
So Fu, John,
This was a lot of
Fu,
fun.
Rob, Burke, thank you guys so much. John, congratulations. You are the champion of the first ever Battle Royale. So whenever I do my Battle Royale tournament of champions, I will throw you in there because you are a champion of the first Battle Royale. So you can argue, but what we're gonna do for the Battle Royale is you argue the character you're a champion of. So unfortunately, you don't get a choice. You'll have to argue Superman.
Uh-oh.
So-
Back again.
So I got a question for those of you guys here. Who would have guessed that Superman would have been argued by John? It was because knowing him and all that with the last episode of Knockout, I would have thought X-Men character, not DC. So
Yeah, a lot of my Instagram was people telling me you picked Storm. You got to pick Storm. I know you're going to pick Storm. I was like, I mean, she's amazing. She's awesome. But in a battle royale, that's not her jam.
I would have picked Superman if I had the choice.
you had the choice.
Well,
Although
I didn't know
not
if
yet.
you already picked or not.
Not yet, actually. Yeah,
You
because by
gave me
then,
like a list of like 4 or 5 to pick from, so I was like, "Oh, is that all I got to pick from?"
It's
No,
better than
I-
picking Batman
gave
with
you-
prep time.
I'm only meant to give you examples, and honestly,
Oh,
honestly,
Okay.
I will apologize because when I did contact you in the beginning, it was a weaker bracket. I didn't grow until after you picked Wolverine. It was like, oops.
Oh.
I gave a list of characters I would play, and Sinestro was on there. Like
Yeah.
Sinestro was on that list. That was,
Strictly
like,
picked
great
Wolverine
calls.
for strategy because he
Yeah,
can't be killed.
hoping somebody would pick a good guy to partner up.
But yeah. So, all right. Next round, we go back to the regular season of the Knockout for those of you listening. And I believe the next round of the Knockout is Storm versus Shazam. So it will be a thunderstorm like no other.
Right.
Shazam by a mile.
So who can yep, we'll plug them both up to the grid, and who can see who can light the most houses. And, and so
let's not forget Shazam is just a teenager in an adult's body. He's gonna look at Storm and be like, "Oh God."
The Energizer Bunny keeps going and going and going.
One of the best moments from Shazam was when he meets Superman for the first time and goes, "Oh my God, Superman, you're my biggest fan. I mean, I'm your biggest fan." He was so just overjoyed, and that's what I love about Shazam.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I will accept if Burke wants to blame me because the Knockout Battle Royale grew after he hopped on with Wolverine.
Yeah.
But actually,
yeah.
no. I take that back. I gave you a chance to back out of Wolverine, and you said no. So it is on you, not me.
Your replacement options you gave me were terrible.
You could have picked a different character.
No.
This isn't for better.
It doesn't matter.
Worse.
Nothing beats Superman outside of Darkseid.
Yeah, well, apparently you haven't watched the other seasons of the Knockout. And with that note, we're wrapping it up. So take care, everyone. See you guys next episode of the Knockout when we dive back into the regular season. Take care. Happy collecting. Till next time, Mr. Comics signing off. Thank you, everyone, for joining me, and you're welcome back anytime. Take care.
Smoking time.